Welcome back to TexAgs Stacked. I'm Billy Lucci. He's 15, Connor Weigman. We're brought to you by our good friends at the Pintail Hunting Club. Connor, let's dive in. A fun one Saturday.
Sir.
Was it a point, did you guys just go out and play ball, or is it a point of emphasis to say, hey, we're not going to have any hangover from last Saturday?
No, we for sure made it a point. We had players-only team meetings. Like, we got everything ironed out. We were ready to go. Like, it's time. All that kid stuff, that shit out the window, man. It's time to go put on our big boy pants and go to work every day. So I feel like we did that.
It looked like it, and it looked like it from the start. Even at Miami, 2 drives, 10 points. New Mexico, I think the first 5 drives, and then yesterday I think you guys scored on your first 7.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the key? Because this dates back way before you. A&M has historically been kind of a slow starting team, and you guys have even going back to LSU last year, you were on point from the beginning. Is that, you're not going to take any credit for it, but I want to ask your mindset going into games, but also what's been the difference this year with this offense at the beginning?
It was just cool, like, because I've always, ever since I played football, I've always told my teams every time we touch the ball, we score. And now Coach Petrino gets here. He's sitting here saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to share that. And we just, every time when we get the ball, we're going to score every time. Like, don't let up, no nothing. Like last on Saturday at halftime, there was no laughing, giggling. It was we're gonna go keep our foot on their neck and keep going.
Couple things that, and we're gonna be all over the map. There's so much to talk about, but a couple things that stood out to me yesterday, in addition to that start on offense, were no Evan. Noah gets dinged up early, so the 2 guys that were the most involved in the first 2 games, what it does is create opportunity, right?
Exactly.
And I see Jade walk, all day.
All day, Jade.
110 yards at halftime.
Oh, my God.
Yep, and I want to talk about him in a second, but let's start with Aniyah Smith, because we know what a big piece of everything he's been here. And not as much in the first 2 games, and then all of a sudden, 7 for 127. We see him get a couple carries. How important is it for Sub-Zero to be a key part of this?
It's huge. Like I told him before the game, like we can't do that anymore. We got to get you the ball, get the ball in your hand, let you go to work. And like he's always said, he's not going to complain about nothing. Like he's just there to put in work. But hey, we can't. We got to give Zero the ball. He's too much of a playmaker, too much of a difference maker to not have the ball in his hands. And like we did that on Saturday, and we were successful.
And then to see Walker, to see him do what he didn't surprise any of y'all. The fans, I think they've heard enough about him to know a lot through these interviews and then you guys in the press conferences. But what is it about him that made such an early impression on you guys? Was it just what we saw yesterday? Because I also see the energy.
Yeah,
I saw him blocking his ass off out there yesterday. Is it stuff like that too?
It's everything. He comes to work every day with a smile on his face, full of energy, with his speaker, singing songs. He brings up the whole locker room, and it's just cool to see. Cool to have someone like that. Like no matter what's going on with our team, like if you're tired, sore, anything, he's there, 100% effort, 100% energy, and always gonna have a smile on his face. And that's something really cool for me, I think.
Yeah, I love the fact that he threw a terrific block on one play.
On the bubble to Zero.
Yeah.
He pancaked him.
And then a few plays later, you get him the ball for a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Take us through that TD pass, what you saw. That was
it
the move he was open so quick?
No, we had a good game plan going in. We knew they were going to have a little bit of cover too. And as soon as I saw that safety wide in the corner set, I just put it on him right away. So. And
I know, against Miami, it was crazy when I looked at that stat sheet and I saw 0 sacks. You got rid of the ball quickly a lot. You were I think you were the most pressured QB in the country that week.
Yeah.
The O-line.
Oh yeah, they played.
Looked,
really well
look, you had a nice clean pocket.
Oh, they were awesome this week. They were super awesome. They were good. The Miami, I have to get better with the mic protections and all that. I'm not gonna put blame on anyone. I'm just to blame as much as anyone else. But yeah, they were awesome this week. I told them every time, just keep working. When we do something good, I'm gonna celebrate with y'all. Make them know like they're appreciated.
Yeah.
And make them feel like they're with us every step of the way.
What going back to Miami for a second. First of all, how'd you feel? Were you this week in practice? Were you banged up, or was it Were you
I mean, it was
surprised
just a
at all?
regular. I was all right. It was just sore like a regular Sunday day. I mean, nothing crazy.
And the second part of that is just you as an individual. We forget, and I forget because I've been, talking about you and covering you since you're in high school, but you're still a young quarterback. What was your big takeaway from that Miami game as the starting quarterback when you were heading home in the early last week? What was your big takeaway from that performance?
I just hate to lose. I hate that feeling. Like, I try to get that point across to everyone. Like, like the feeling from this Saturday to last week. I mean, it's the difference is crazy. I'm like, let's try and feel like this way more. Like, I don't know. But
I think a lot of people concur. But
for sure.
That's a big deal at quarterback. I mean, you look at. I watch college football just like you do, every week, and you can see the quarterback. You can tell the ones that don't like to lose versus like I saw that late last night.
Oh yeah,
Shedeur
I was gonna ask
Sanders.
you watch that last night.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah, what'd you think of that one?
That was awesome.
Was that as much? These rivalry games we talk about all the time. A&M Texas was as intense?
Oh yeah, it was chippy out there.
It was real
crazy.
chippy. But what do you see with Shedeur Sanders? What is it that has set him apart so far in the early season as far as making that jump from Jackson State to Colorado? And
I feel like he's just really good with his feet, like not running wise, just in the pocket, being able to buy just a little bit more time and to be able to get his throws off. I feel like he works on his mechanics a lot. I mean, he's obviously well coached, and he just goes out there and plays very hard and plays very well.
When you have a game like you did yesterday, 25 of 29, here's the thing. Watching that game, you're not dinking and dunking. They're air raids or super, where you'll see them bubble, little swing. You're cutting it loose down the field. Could you tell early on that, like, man, these plays are here. I'm getting good protection. I'm going to step up and sling this
the
thing
first play of the game made me mad. That should have been a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
God.
You started 0 for 1 and went 25 to 29.
That should have been a touchdown.
So did you feel good about just when you guys are prepping and watching tape that stuff was going to be there, or is that something that comes as the game in the early going?
I mean, we thought it was going to be there, but, I mean, we try and push the envelope a little bit, try and see what we can do. In the first quarter, push the ball downfield, and it was working, so we continue to do it.
Yeah. Another couple things that stood out to me, one catch for the tight ends in game one for 0 yards. The last 2 games, I think they've caught 12, 13 passes for over 100. Do you feel like you guys are starting, you Jake and Jake with 6 catches this week, and Matt are starting to really vibe a little bit?
Oh, for sure. We just had to get them incorporated with the offense, like work on it in practice. Like how I was talking about Anias, like there's no way we shouldn't be getting him the ball at least 7-8 times a game. Same thing with the tight ends. I mean, Jake got sure hands, Matt got sure hands. They run good routes. They block very well. I mean, got to give them the ball, let them eat.
How much as a QB we watch and we go, oh man, we always use the word, big target, or as a quarterback, when you're looking down the field and you see one of them big dudes matched up against a safety, does that kind of just stand out? And
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's an easier ball. You can just put it in their area and they're gonna go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got trust in them. They run very good routes and they work very hard. So,
second part to me that when I'm trying to kind of look ahead in the next few weeks, and I'm going, and Ruben Owens and Amari Daniels ran hard against Miami, but Ruben Owens and Le'Veon Moss are so talented. And I look and they combined for like 100 yards yesterday. How big will it be to get that running game really going? And let's say in the next couple weeks against SEC teams, what will that do for y'all's offense in the whole, and as in the passing game?
I mean, it'll be good. I mean, those 3 guys, all 3 of them got juice.
Yeah.
And they're all good at little different things. So, I mean, just being able to get that good rotation going in with all 3 of them, I mean, it's going to be huge. And they've gotten going. They're running the ball well. And so I try to get them. I'm telling them they need to break a big one. But it's coming. I mean, they got confidence. We got confidence in them. And it's going to pop for sure.
You can see it. Like, I mean, you in the past, when we're talking about, the running game needs to get going, it's like because they're not doing anything. But they've been productive.
Oh, yes.
But you can see that flash where you go, this could end up looking really good really soon. And Petrino's offenses are known for that, and so are Jimbo's. How how excited are you about this one at Auburn? It just feels like it just hits different when you've got an SEC opponent coming into Kyle Field, and especially one that last year, got the best of y'all.
Now it's going to be a fun one. We're going to be ready to go. It's a big game. Start of SEC play.
Yeah.
It's time, like I said, time to put our big boy pants on and strap it up. It's time.
Coming off Miami versus coming off this win, you talked about how much better it feels winning. One of my big takeaways was like, I felt like I wanted to see you guys come out of this one, your confidence back. And to me, the way to do that was kicking some butt and playing a clean game. And that's exactly what y'all did. So how much better does it make this first week of practice when not only it's an SEC game, but you also played well in the previous one? I'm sure this Monday would probably feel a lot better than last Monday.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I feel like we didn't lose that much confidence. Like we know what we got in that locker room. We know the talent we got. We know how hard we work, and we got to put it together. On Saturdays, man. And that was a frustrating thing last week. I mean, Miami wasn't better than us, and it just got away from us. But we gotta, like I said again, put our big boy pants on and go to work. We're done with all that stuff.
It's exciting times, man. I really think that this offense, it's I know you probably don't pay attention to this, but it's good to see people around the SEC and the country start to notice, and you got SEC Nation coming in this Saturday. I think you guys are past worrying about showcasing things, but do you feel like each of these games, like you look at Auburn and with them coming in, you look at going into Jerry World next weekend and then Bama coming in, do you feel like, hey, each one of these is a different opportunity? To me, with the spotlight comes confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Is that
like you look at Colorado right now? You look at Texas. You win a big game, you start to get that spotlight, and then you start to just go, okay, this is fun.
For sure. I mean, I don't know. We try and take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
Only worry about the opponent we got this week. But like Coach Fisher said, the future's now. Like there's no time to wait. You got to have a sense of urgency with everything we do. Practice, film, getting rehab, treatment, all that. And I feel like people showed progress in that this week, and they're picking that up. Anything
interesting you've seen? You guys played 3 o'clock games finally, or anything interesting you've seen in the last couple weeks or yesterday, college football wise, or even NFL, whatever? Any players or teams or any kind of conference or anything interesting you've seen in the last 24 hours that caught your attention?
No, not that Colorado game. I mean, that was wild.
Yeah.
From the first play all the way to the end. I mean, I watched the whole game, and that was a pretty cool game to watch. Just the pick six from Deion's son. That was cool to see.
Right at the beginning.
I wish he hit the little shuffle. That would have been cool.
That would have been really cool.
That would have been cool.
Here's one to close out on. The SEC. You guys look at that schedule every week and think/know you can win every game. I get that, and I think it's true. It's not just saying it. You look at that, but as you see, like it's the first year that the conference has lost some non-conference games, probably to the level that they have. I've followed this a long time. Do you sit there as a current player and go, man, forget about Miami? This conference is wide open, not just for us, but for anybody right now.
I mean, for sure, but even if there wasn't other losses, but we were the same thing. I feel like we go toe-to-toe, line up with anyone in the freaking country.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have the guys to go out and get it done. We just got to go out and execute and play our game, and we create our own tempo and just, like I said, play our game and don't let anyone else dictate what's going on out there.
Do you notice a difference in yourself and in this passing game, like each week? Like I know it feels like the opponents have gone like this so far, but even if you guys are practicing, do you notice like this group getting more and more?
Oh yeah, just each day you can tell the difference.
Really?
I mean, each day by day, just getting better, and it's really cool to see just the growth from everyone, and it's gonna be fun. We're ready for SEC ball.
Yeah, should be fun on Saturday. We're looking forward to it.
Me too.
Thanks for joining me midweek or mid-season,
Perfect.
Connor. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Perfect.
He's Connor Weigman. I'm Billy Lucci. This is TexAgs Stack, brought to you by our friends at the Pintail Hunting Club.